came across this random statistic the other day, and it stuck with me. Apparently, after terrorist attacks, certain TV shows' ratings soar. For instance, take the biggie, 9/11. One particular TV show increased its viewers by 20% and became the most watched TV programme for the rest of that year. What was it? Friends. The theory goes that people turn to it for comfort. When the world suddenly became a more frightening place, people looked to friendship for some kind of reassurance. The Friends theme lyrics say it all. I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you. Cliche perhaps, but it strikes a chord with people, particularly in the aftermath of shocking events. Just what is it about friendship that makes it one of life's vital ingredients? An ancient Greek playwright said, "One loyal friend is worth 10,000 relatives." Maybe he had a particularly hard time with his mother-in-law, but you know what he means. Your friends choose you. They affirm you by being your friend. They know all about you and still like you. There's something about true friendship that gets to the deepest part of us. Of course, cynics may ask whether there really is such a thing as true friendship. Oscar Wilde, who was both a cynic and, it has to be said, quite funny, said, "A true friend stabs you in the front." So, is friendship nothing more than a sentimental dream? Something that works in American sitcoms, but not in the real world. And let's face it, you don't have to look far to see signs of relationship breakdown, of fear, mistrust, all the things that are the opposite of friendship. Just look at the headlines: youth gangs, stabbings, families breaking apart, domestic violence on the rise. And the fact is that most of us know somebody who isn't speaking to someone, or have been let down by someone they thought they could trust. More people live on their own today in this country than ever before in its entire history. Perhaps more people than we'd like to think are closer to the friends they watch on TV than anyone in real life. The very last night of his life, when Jesus knew his death was coming, he arranged to be alone with his 12 closest followers. And that night, sitting in an upper room as it got dark outside, it seemed that Jesus wanted to press home the thing that was most important of all that he taught them. So he spoke about love. "This is my command," he said, "love one another." He even said that the only reason people would know they were his followers at all would be that they really loved each other. And he described this love in the most powerful words that he could. There's no love greater than to lay down your life for your friends. And more than that, the fact was that he was going to do just that, lay down his life for them and for all of us the very next day. Jesus raised the word friends to a whole new level. When he said to them that night, "I have called you friends," every one of them knew that for Jesus, that was the strongest, most powerful word he could have chosen. One of them, a man called John, years later, wrote a letter to a church, a group of Jesus followers in another city. I don't know what comes to your mind when you think of church, but John described them using the same word he'd heard from Jesus the night before he saw him die. Friends. "The friends greet you," he wrote. Greet the friends, every one of them. At its heart, that's what church is. People. People who are learning what it really means to love each other. People who are learning what it really means to be true friends. In a lot of people's minds, church is something boring, stuffy, irrelevant. One person said that if all the people who fell asleep in church were laid out end to end, they'd be a lot more comfortable. Is church boring? Well, nothing should be further from the truth. The church is about a group of people who are being changed by the power of God and the truth of Jesus in their lives. Changed into being a people who really can, really do, love each other. And that's totally different to the way things usually are, where friendship comes with a price tag, where your face has to fit before you're in with the in crowd. It's totally different to a what's in it for me attitude. Church is totally different. It's about people, called out, set apart, of people who live for something awesome, something new. The writers of the New Testament use all kinds of pictures to try and describe the incredible reality of church. Church is friends, church is people, church is family. In fact, all the way through the New Testament, you find Christians calling each other brothers and sisters. It stood to reason. God had become their Father. They were all joined to Jesus, all filled with His Spirit. So, brothers and sisters. Back to love again. It's all about love. Another picture of the church in the New Testament is the body of Christ. When the Spirit of Jesus fills us and joins us together, He's like the breath, filling one big body, made up of all the people who are joined to Jesus. That's church, members of one body, the body of Christ. That last night, when Jesus spoke about love and friendship, He also shared a meal with His friends, and He filled it with symbolic meaning. Now, symbolic meals weren't a new concept to these Jewish men. The Jewish Passover meal each year commemorated how God had rescued the people of Israel from slavery centuries before. And now, God was about to rescue people in a whole new way from the slavery of sin and death. So Jesus took some of the bread and He broke it apart and passed it round. And as He did that, He said these words, "Eat some of this, all of you. This is my body." He took a cup of wine, thanked God for it, and passed it round, saying, "Drink some, all of you. This is my blood." It was a simple and powerful way of symbolising His own death for us. His body broken, His blood shed. It also spoke of being a people for God, a rescued people, people who shared in one body and one blood, people who shared one life. The first Christians made meals like this central to their lives together. Sharing bread and wine powerfully symbolised for them that they were sharing in the life of Jesus. One family, one table, one meal, one church. Take your place.